Hey there, and welcome. I'm sure you've already noticed it. The days are getting a little warmer, and the sun is sticking around just a bit longer each afternoon. Yep, spring is in the air. In this explainer, we're going to break down the astronomical event that officially kicks it all off, the vernal equinox.
You know, it's a change we can all feel. But what is actually happening up there that gives us more and more daylight after a long winter? Well, that's the exact question we're going to answer right now.
The official start of astronomical spring is marked by an event called the vernal equinox. For thousands of years, cultures all over the world have celebrated this as a time of rebirth and renewal, when life returns to the Earth. It's really nature's big turning point.
And it's not just some vague idea, it's a very precise astronomical moment. For the Northern Hemisphere in 2026, the vernal equinox will happen on Friday, March 20th at exactly 4:45 p.m. Eastern European Time. At that exact moment, spring officially begins.
Okay, so we know when it happens, but what does that word equinox actually mean? Let's break it down.
The name itself gives us a huge clue. The international name equinox comes from the Latin words equus, meaning equal, and nox, meaning night. It points directly to this idea of a moment of perfect balance between daylight and darkness.
All right, let's get into the real science of it. To truly understand the seasons, we've got to zoom out and look at our planet's place in the solar system. And it really all comes down to a simple, elegant tilt.
This is the magic number. Earth doesn't spin perfectly upright. Its axis is tilted by 23.5 degrees. This one single fact is responsible for everything from summer heat waves to winter snow.
So as our planet makes its year-long journey around the sun, that tilted axis is always pointing in the same direction out in space. This means for part of the year, the northern hemisphere is tilted toward the sun, and for the other part, it's tilted away from it. So here's the crucial point. It has nothing to do with how close we are to the sun. It's all about the angle of the sunlight. When your part of the world is tilted towards the sun, the rays hit more directly, bringing summer. When it's tilted away, the rays are weaker, and you get winter. Simple as that.
The equinox is that special point in our orbit, which happens twice a year, where the tilt is perfectly sideways to the sun. At that instant, the sun's rays shine directly on the equator, lighting up the northern and southern hemispheres almost equally.
So let's connect this cosmic alignment back to what it actually means for us down here on the ground, and that feeling of the days getting longer.
And this really shows you the global effect. The vernal equinox is a planetary event. While we in the northern hemisphere are welcoming spring and starting our journey toward longer days, the southern hemisphere is experiencing the exact opposite. For them, it's the beginning of autumn, and their days are starting to get shorter.
The vernal equinox kicks off a 6-month period where, in the northern hemisphere, the days are longer than the nights. The days will keep getting longer and longer until they peak at the summer solstice in June. That's the longest day of the year. After that, they'll start to shrink, passing through that point of balance again at the autumn equinox. Now let's tackle a common misconception. The name equinox means equal night, which leads to a pretty logical question. Is that really true on the day of the equinox itself?
So let's just ask it straight up. On March 20th, are we going to experience exactly 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of night? The answer, surprisingly, is no. Not quite.
First, let's remember that technical definition. The equinox is the instant the center of the sun crosses Earth's celestial equator. It's a geometric point in time. The day when we do get almost exactly 12 hours of day and 12 hours of night actually has its own name. It's called the equilux, and it usually happens a few days before the vernal equinox.
So why the difference?
Well, it's for two main reasons. First, our atmosphere acts like a lens, bending the sunlight. This means we can actually see the glow of the sun for a few minutes before it physically rises above the horizon, and for a few minutes after it has set. Second, we define sunrise as the moment the top edge of the sun appears, not its center. These two effects combine to give us just a few extra minutes of daylight on the day of the equinox itself.
Okay, let's move into our final section and see how all of this fits into the bigger picture of our planet's rhythm.
You see, these events aren't random. They are the gears of a great cosmic clock, predictable points in Earth's reliable orbit. They mark the steady, cyclical march of the seasons that has governed life on this planet for billions of years.
So, as you're enjoying that extra bit of evening light,
Remember what's happening. The vernal equinox isn't just a date on the calendar. It's a reflection of our planet's elegant tilt and its grand dance around the sun, a global rhythm that connects every single one of us.